So they say that we in a singles driven market right now. When it come to music, when it come to streaming, we in a place where artists should be dropping more singles than more albums. At least that's what some people say. I feel like artists should more focus on dropping singles than dropping albums. But in the same token, I feel like you learn more about an artist when you get that full body of work. But when it comes to streams, when it comes to making money, I feel like even when it comes to just building audience, people tend to come more or people tend to be driven more to a song than they are a full project. And even though I love listening to full projects, I feel like in this day and age, artists should more focus on dropping singles than projects. But I also feel like it depends on the era that the artist come from. I feel like newer artists that are coming out should more focus on dropping singles. But then I feel like if you're an artist that might have been out 10 years ago, or if you were out during the blog era, then I think that your fan base that might skew a little older will be more prone to listening to a full album and want to, take in a full body of work than just to hear singles back to back. What you think about that, Ken? Because we got a lot of artists
Yeah.
that's real popular. Rilo Rodriguez, he was an artist that for years was just dropping singles, not really dropping albums, and he still even now only drops albums every couple of years. V's is another artist that drops albums every couple of years, but you'll see him dropping songs throughout the years, and both of them cats stay hella relevant with the way that they do it.
Well, this what I really didn't have an answer for it before we just shot right now. But as I sit here and think, I feel like if you're an artist without a community, you shouldn't be dropping no album. And what I mean by that, if you already don't like Rollo and who you said V's, these people have a community of people who already are waiting for whatever they do.
Yeah,
So if you, I feel like the singles along with content these days helps you build your community.
yeah,
Like like a Raw Wave, he has his community. People know like okay that I'm with Rod, whatever you know what I'm saying. So if you don't have a community, it's kind of hard. Like who you dropping the project for?
right.
No, you get what I'm saying. I feel like the singles, along with content showing your personality, it don't have to be silly content. It can be anything. You just talking. You know what I'm saying? You build your community because now, okay, oh, I relate to. Oh shit, I fuck with that. That's how I be feeling. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? So then you build your community, then you drop your project. But just coming out the gate, like I'm finna drop an album, and I talk to a lot of artists. Man, my fans waiting on it. Nigga, you ain't got no fans, bro. You got 30 people in your comments, bro.
yeah,
That really just coming through. Just put like me. Sometimes, bro, if I fuck with you, I don't even. I look at Instagram on silent
mm,
sometimes. And if it's somebody I fuck with, I don't know what they saying. I heart emoji repost. I might be reposting and hearting some bullshit. But I know it don't take much. You know what I'm saying? Now
yeah,
with some people that musically I'm fans of, I'm really going to grab the album. You know what I'm saying? But you got to build your community first. That's just me. I
yeah,
feel like before you just go to rush and drop an album
yeah,
or dropping a project, drop them singles, build, show your personality, whether it's depressed, happy, sad, mad, what you into, so the people can draw into who you are. All that mysterious shit cool, but it ain't cool no more.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then worry about dropping out. Some artists just so worried about dropping an album for what? So that shit can
Right.
flop.
So check this out, because this might even go against what I was just saying earlier when I was saying you might have to be an artist that comes from a certain era for it to make sense for you to drop a full album. So artists like Rick Ross, who dropped a full album recently, or even Ti.
And they said it didn't do good.
Yeah,
But
and they,
T.I.'s did, right?
yeah, Ti's did well, but Ti also had a hit. You know what I'm
And
saying?
and and and, and remember, T.I. teased us with that hit,
Yeah,
did a bunch of content around it, and then dropped the project. But even in the Rick Ross thing, like, yeah, okay, the first weeks didn't do good, but I feel like he got a strong enough community. If it's I haven't even listened to it, to be honest. You know what I'm saying?
He got some joints on there.
I'm gonna go
I've
home and
skimmed
listen
through
to it
it
today.
and he got some joints.
That it'll do well, but I also feel like he just the week of just did a bunch of podcasts.
Yeah.
And once again, like you have like nowadays you gotta let them in. Like, what is this? Like, show us. I feel like, you know how it used to be like they market 2 months, 60, 90. I feel like you need longer than that now. You gotta build that. You gotta build the anticipation. Because now what people do is just, all right, let me have my PR go hit all these podcast people the week and the week after, and then shit is finna go up. And I feel like, nah, that ain't it no more.
Nah, it ain't. And two, people have to not only tap into the podcast and get on these platforms and do these interviews, but the streamers hold so much weight in the culture these days that I feel like you also have to respect the streamers and go on their platforms and be prominent on there too. I also feel like the whole idea of the first week sales, I feel like that's just a dated statistic that, you know, like people try to use that to say how popular an artist is, but I feel like the way that they even calculate the number of streams to count an album sale, I just don't feel like it is relevant in this day and age.
I agree.
To say, oh, Future sold over 100,000 some albums.
Who did Ross put this project out through? Do you know?
Gamma.
If I was Gamma, Ross is such, like, on the marketing side, Ross is such a boss. Making this project, the content I would have did with Ross is showing us the business side of it. Because when you think of Rick Ross, you think of money, you think of business. Yeah. Like, that would have been my content with Ross. Like, let's show Ross handling business, even with us with the project, checking Larry Jackson, like, nah, the contract ain't right. Like, just like we used to thrive into Dame Dash character. Like, that's, to me, not saying he a Dame Dash, but I'm just saying, like, he's such a you look at Ross, you think of business, you think of financial. Like, I would have, that would have been my content. I bet that would have drove people more into purchasing this project. Had him took a camera in the boardroom meetings, going over the digital, have him checking the digital person. Like, you got to get creative when it comes to doing this shit, and it got to fit the person, though. It still got to fit the character of the person, because that's what we buying into these people now.
That makes sense, because we've always known Ross for being on Def Jam or having a situation with Warner, you know, when he was dropping.
I would have talked about all of that, like the business. Like, do the typical Ross, the business wasn't right. You know how he tell you, what I'm saying?
Right, yeah.
That would have been the content based around this whole project, more or less, than whatever he talking about. Because people would have drove more into that because they respect and love him for that. Show the stress of doing a car show and making an album. Like, you got to get, that's what we missing with these rollouts, bro.
Yeah.
Like, it's...
Yeah, Cat's not even doing real rollouts no more. You know what I mean? Or like you said, like he basically did like all the podcasts like the week before or right before the project came out, and it almost, when I looked at it and I saw it, it looked forced to me. Like, it didn't look, it didn't come across as natural. You know, when I see some of these other artists where they going on all the platforms, hitting all the streamers. Like, for instance, when I saw Jim Jones back, that was probably like last summer, last spring, and when he was hitting like every streamer's platform, he on the one chick who, like, she be in her crib like cooking food and all that, and they was cooking and talking shit together and all that. When I'm seeing him with Neon, bringing Neon to Harlem and all of that, like, it was like from that to then doing the platforms, and you know what I mean? Like, it just all seemed like it was something that he naturally wanted to do when he was doing stuff with, what's my guy from the Joe Budden podcast, Queen's Flip. Yeah, when he was doing content with him, it just all seemed natural and not forced. Like, when I saw all the stuff Ross was doing, it just felt kind of forced.
Because what the problem is with a lot of these project managers and digital people and PR people is, like, it's not gonna work with everybody.
Yeah,
it's sort of like getting at a female. Like, you can't say the same line to every broad. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
you gotta peep. Okay, this was she. Woo, you know what I mean? That's just what the fans too, and the artists like. Okay, that's what Ross is right there. That's what people like that nigga for right there. Okay, boom. Let's you know what I'm saying. Let's use this. So um, but yeah, we got to get back to getting a little bit creative.
Nah, for real. Because and I love what you said right there with getting creative and a lot of these marketing people, project managers, they just a lot of them are just checking off boxes. So it's just like, all right, I got this list of podcasters.
And I
That's
know them
dope.
personally. I'm finna call. You can still use the podcasters. I'm not
For
saying that,
sure.
but use it to fuel what narrative you trying to push.
Right. There's got to be some
You know what I'm
creativity
saying? It
put with
has to
these
be
rollouts.
like if the title call whatever it is, you have to. All right, this the narrative we pushing right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And stand on that narrative for a minute though. Don't just do it the week of the project. Like a month before the project, that's what he needed. That's what he need to be pressing.
Yeah.
A month after, like we need to be, you know what I'm saying, talking about that. Like and find out what people identify the artist with. Like I feel like everybody's just like, okay, you go sit with this person, you go sit with that person. And it's like, all right, what's the narrative though? What we doing?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of the music is there with a lot. Like people be hating on the new music. I love the new music. I just feel like the rollouts suck.
Yeah. Nah, for sure. They pretty much non-existent. That's why I'm glad I'm back in the game. That's why I'm looking forward to and even, like I'm over at 1 RPM now, doing marketing. So shout out to that whole team over there at 1 RPM.
Great team.
Yeah, man. But I'm about to what I'm gonna do is I'm about to show niggas like how this marketing shit is done.
Yeah.
Like I'm about to like some of this real spit content that y'all gonna see is gonna be some behind the scenes of me putting together some of these campaigns, some of these rollouts.
I like
and-
Skilla Baby new
create-
rollout. Shout out Skilla Baby. Shout out Eastside Juan and the whole team over there.
Yeah, for sure.
I fuck with his rollout right now.
Yeah, nah,
Like-
Skilla Baby doing
like-
this thing.
And I personally know too, he put up a lot of his own bread.
Yeah,
Both of them got, you know what I'm saying, that whole team over there, man. Shout out Sada Baby, Eastside Juan, Skilla, all y'all.
yeah, nah, for sure, for sure. So yeah, these marketing folks got to get more creative. Artists have to step outside the box a little more because just doing the standard checklist things like just not gonna work. You got to make people interested in the music and what you're doing, and you don't have to do clown shit to get people interested. I think a lot of people feel like you got to do clown shit, you got to crash out, and that's not the case. You can get creative, think outside the box, and I feel like if you are an artist that's on the caliber of a Ross, or you one of these artists that already have a fan base and people that's following you, I ain't gonna say it's easier, but
No, it is.
it's a little easier.
It is. You ahead of the game. You ahead of the curve.
you ahead of the
Fuck
game.
that. You ahead of the curve.
So get creative, and we gonna show you better than we gonna tell you. You know what I mean? Cause me and Ken, we still in the game. We still breaking artists. We still in the trenches with it. We still getting it out the mud.
Facts.
And we in them corporate offices calling shots and even, showing them how to do it. So we gonna show y'all better than we gonna tell y'all. And that's Real Spit from Spitty and Kenn. Yes, sir.